And now, without further ado, I'm so pleased to turn it over to CDT's new President and CEO, Alex Gibbons.
Thank you, Jamal, and hi, everyone. It is so nice to see familiar faces and new faces as well. We are just thrilled to have you join us here tonight. Thank you for beaming in to join us from places around the country. In the midst of this hard year, we are just so excited to come together as a community, especially as we celebrate CDT's 25th anniversary. And for me, my first tech prom as CEO. I was speaking to someone the other day who observed that in these distance times, they miss the magic of serendipity. These days, every Zoom meeting has a purpose, right? You call for a reason, you do your business, you end the meeting, and then you hang up and you do the whole thing over again with someone else. We miss the simple chance of bumping into friendly faces, getting exposed to new conversation and new ideas. Well, that's precisely our goal tonight. We're trying a grand experiment, and you are coming on this journey with us, throwing diverse folks from different aspects of the tech policy ecosystem into virtual conversation on key issues in tech policy today. It's an experiment, but as far as those go, it's a really fun one, and we hope you'll enjoy the evening as much as we've enjoyed planning it. I will say that personally, I've been particularly looking forward to this event because it comes in the midst of such a hard and terrible year, when frankly, we all could do with some community. And when, if you're like me, it's actually really hard to focus on day-to-day activities without asking bigger questions about what's happening in the world today and what we can do to help. To me, the struggles besetting our country and people around the world create a moment for deep reflection about our priorities, about the world we need to build for one another, about, as policy advocates, how we choose our actions and use our resources to fight for things that really do make a difference. This moment that we're going through together is going to define our generation for a lifetime. But how it defines us hasn't been decided yet. That part is up to us. So what does that mean for this small piece of the story that we call tech policy? To me, it's finally tackling the injustice of the digital divide, the sin of children doing remote schoolwork in restaurant parking lots during a pandemic, to promote an internet that is truly open, affordable, and accessible for all. As data unlocks new possibilities, it's fighting for protections to ensure that users' data is collected and used only as they reasonably expect. It's ensuring that people's data isn't used as a tool to discriminate against them or to perpetuate existing inequities in our society. And in this year, where the public has taken to the streets to insist on social change, it's ensuring that technology creates opportunities to express opinions and promote change instead of becoming a force to surveil and deter individuals who are exercising their First Amendment rights. It's tackling the really hard questions in platform governance, acknowledging the real problems of voter suppression, hate speech and harassment, misinformation, and more, while ensuring that measures taken to address those problems don't end up undermining the essential value of the internet for the free exchange of ideas. And it's pushing for fair, free, secure, and informed elections. These are some of the themes we're going to discuss tonight. And at CDT, these issues, this work, is our daily fight. In the past 3 months, CDT has sued the current administration and filed regulatory comments at the FCC to make clear that social media companies are free to respond to misinformation and voter suppression on their platforms without facing punishment from government actors that dislike those efforts. We're advocating in Europe, where the Digital Services Act may be for platform governance what the GDPR is for privacy, and where, as with GDPR, we need engagement now, because the standards in a single region can so easily become de facto standards for the rest of the world. We've continued our push for comprehensive federal privacy legislation and are working hard to ensure that progress made this year will kickstart this important priority when Congress reconvenes in 2021. We've led specific efforts to protect unregulated health data, to help educators protect student privacy during remote learning, and to examine data portability as a way to enhance competition. We've focused on algorithmic fairness and data discrimination, engaging on issues ranging from AI in hiring to thinking through how platforms can responsibly use data to identify discrimination on their services. We've advised officials on election security, and we've fought to protect encryption in the US and around the world to ensure that journalists, activists, marginalized groups, and others can communicate securely without fear of government intrusion. And this is just some of the work that came out of CDT this summer. One of the things that drew me to CDT is that we don't work alone. Our working groups bring together world-class experts from civil society, industry, government, and academia. Our board, our advisory council, fellows network, civil society partnerships, and more put us in the midst of rich and complex conversations that ground our work in facts, in understanding the technology, and sound policy touchstones, all of which make our work better every day. I'm happy that many of our partners from those networks are joining us this evening. We're thrilled to see you all. As CDT celebrates its 25th anniversary, I want to acknowledge the former CDTers who are with us and those who can't be with us tonight. Had we been together in person right now, I would have embarrassed you all by insisting that you stand up for recognition. But instead, I'm going to just say this. As CDT looks towards the future, I carry with me the knowledge every day that we stand on the shoulders of giants. That goes back to our founders, Jerry Berman, Jonah Seeger, Danny Weitzner, John Laurie Goldman, Deirdre Mulligan, our guiding light, Jim Dempsey, through my predecessors, Leslie Harris and Nuala O'Connor, to most recently, Lisa Hayes and Chris Calabrese. CDT staff alumni are way too many to count. Many of you know them and know this to be true. They are a network of some of the most talented and committed public interest technologists, advocates, and thinkers in the world. We're proud to continue their work and to build upon their legacy, and are so happy to have many of them with us here tonight. I'm going to do something that is very cheesy and hokey, but if you are a CDT alum or present staff, board member, advisory council member, fellow, or intern, can you give us a wave? Oh, this is so fun. Okay. Well, here, a toast to all of you. Thank you for carrying CDT's mission out into the world and for continuing to be part of the CDT family. For 25 years, CDT has fought to make sure that technology works for people. As we say, to put the individual at the center of the digital revolution. In what I would only call a soul-defining year, we're fighting for exactly that, channeling our energy to build a better, fairer, and more resilient vision for the future. We're thrilled you're joining us here today, and we look forward to the conversation and our continued collaborations ahead. Thank you. Back to you, Jamal.
Thank you, Alex. Next, you will hear from Darren Walker, a philanthropic leader who is deeply committed to addressing inequality in society and knows the importance of technology policy in that effort. Mr. Walker is president of the Ford Foundation, a longtime supporter of CDT, and a leader in the field of public interest technology. Following Mr. Walker, you will hear from one of CDT's strongest allies in the fight to put democracy and individual rights at the center of the digital revolution, U.S. Senator Ron Wyden.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here to celebrate with you the Center for Democracy and Technology's annual Tech Prom. The Ford Foundation has supported the work of the Center for Democracy and Technology for many years, because if you care about democracy, if you care about justice, equity, fairness, dignity, then you have to care about the work of the Center. The Foundation has supported and partnered with the Center on our newest initiative, our work in a new area called public interest technology. This work emerges out of the Ford Foundation's support in the 1960s for a new field of public interest law. At that time, we invested in law schools and key institutions to advance a new field of public interest law and public interest lawyers. Well, today, we need public interest technologists. And organizations like the Center for Democracy and Technology are making that dream a reality. We rely on, and this nation relies on this organization to do the work of advancing justice in this new digital age. Indeed, there is no issue more important and no organization working on this issue more important than the Center. So we celebrate you at this Tech Prom and send you our very best wishes for a great year ahead. Thank you.
CDT has always had its priorities right. So many topics on the agenda tonight are issues I care about so much. Consumer privacy, discriminatory algorithms, Section 230, election security, and encryption. Unfortunately, every time one of these topics comes up, pundits and too many politicians reach for a knee-jerk answer that too often makes things worse. Here's a revolutionary idea. Every senator ought to actually listen to knowledgeable people who understand the technology. And those knowledgeable people are clear. There is no such thing as a secure encryption backdoor. Internet voting is a horrendous idea, and data privacy is a national security issue. So you could say there's plenty of heavy lifting to do in the days ahead. I just want everybody at CDT to know that we very much appreciate this collaboration and look forward to working with them in the days ahead.
Thank you to Darren Walker and Senator Wyden for those thoughtful remarks. We'd like to thank our sponsors who made this event possible. On the 25th anniversary of CDT's founding, we are so grateful for their support of our work and mission. Our platinum sponsors are Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, Intel, Mary Brown, and Microsoft. Thank you for your leadership and support. Our gold sponsors are Manette, SoftBank, Wilson, and Sassini. We are so appreciative. We also give our most sincere thanks to our silver, bronze, and marketing sponsors and individuals who have given at a sponsorship level. Their names are being featured on the screen tonight and on our website. Thank you all so very much.